So, video-wise, or well, this past couple of weeks, work's going okay. I guess I'm not quite passing as well as I thought, but I mean, for the people that have figured it out, they're at least like respectful and everything. And actually, there's like this one guy, and he's like older. He's probably like in his 50s, so like the whole older generation. I'm kind of like, oh, they're probably not so okay with it. But like, I got my hair cut. And like the day after, he was like, "Oh, so did you have longer hair when you were younger?" And I was like, "That's a strange question." And I kind of avoided it that day. But then, like 2 or 3 days later, he asked again, and I was kind of like, "Yeah, it was a little bit longer." Because I mean, having longer hair when you're young isn't that big of a deal, and it doesn't like actually imply anything about having been a girl. But then, and then a couple minutes later, it comes back to me. So it's like, "Are you fully transformed?" And I was like, either he knows, or am I overthinking things? But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what he meant. And he was like, transformed, transitioned, and I was like, you mean transgender? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. Well, and I just kind of told him, like, I'm only on T so far. He's like, oh, okay, that's good. I kind of figured, and then he like went on about how like bullying's not okay, and like need to stand up to bullies, and that like he has this best friend who's gay, and so he's totally okay with everything. And I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool. But yeah. And then downside at work is that like my boss, like everyone's boss's boss, store manager person, like I've told her at least 3 times that I prefer male pronouns, and like she's aware. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll try and work on it," and like everything like that. But then we had the department huddle on Tuesday, last Tuesday, no, Monday, yesterday, um, and there were like 11 people there, and she was like, "Oh yeah, so Kyle, da 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 da, she," and I was like, "Ah, fuck," because like 90% of the people in there referred to me as he, and it's like, I just really don't know, like, if they know I'm transgendered and respect it and call me he, or if, like, they actually thought I was a cis guy, and now they think I'm a girl, and if they're gonna start calling me she, I don't know. And so, yeah, I just kind of, like, went up to her afterwards, and I was like, in the huddle, you were referring to me as she, and that's kind of a big thing for me, or, like, it's a really important thing for me, and just, I mean, yeah, this is like the third time I've talked to her about it. She knows, she's aware, she apologizes, but I just think she's kind of oblivious, I guess, when it comes to it. And she was like, "Oh, I thought I caught myself," and I was like, "No." But yeah, and so that's that mostly with work. Um, my dad introduced me as Kyle today, which is kind of rare. I mean, he's done it once or twice. Like, he was referring to me as Kyle once when he was, like, near me with my friends at college, because they all know me as Kyle, so he used my name Kyle, like, once. And I was like, oh, he calls me Kyle. But I mean, like, other than that, he hasn't really used it. But then he was introducing me to this woman today. I don't know if my dad's a teacher. I don't know if she's, like, a fellow teacher, but I mean, like, pretty much everyone who knows my dad knows that he has a daughter, and like know my legal name and everything like that. But today I had never met her before, so she'd never met me, and he was like, "So this is Kyle," and I was like, "Huh? What?" Because I was like really expecting the whole legal name thing, just because I mean the people he works with, they're not. Everyone's known he's had a daughter for like since I was like 4, so usually I just didn't think that. So I don't know if she knew I was transgender, or if he'd like never spoken to her about me and was just kind of like random. I don't know. But I was kind of surprised at that. Just whatever. And also a bit of a scary moment with my shot today. So like, I alternate thighs. 2 weeks ago, in my left thigh, I don't know. It was fine, but the next day I got like a really sore muscle on the top of my leg, and that kind of freaked me out. And so I thought like, my stepdad said I might have burst a blood vessel, but I didn't, because I never got like the deep underlying bruise thing. But so like this week was the week for my left thigh again, and I was like really freaking out. I was like, oh my god, what if I fuck something up? So, of course, that's what happened. I think I went through a vein. I don't know if I popped it, but I pulled the needle out, and it was just like blood, kind of gushing down the side, and that was a little bit frightening. So yeah, I think I went through a vein. Not too sure about that. I mean, I didn't have any major air bubbles, so hopefully I'm not gonna like randomly stroke out. But supposedly, like getting something like testosterone into your bloodstream, like through your heart's kind of bad because it's an oily substance. I don't know if that's like how bad of a bad thing that is, so we'll see in like a day or two how that thing goes. But I mean, it doesn't really hurt. It stopped bleeding after like a minute, well, less than a minute. But yeah, that was just a little bit freak out, and I'm probably like even gonna have a harder time going into my left thigh next time I have to do that. I don't know. Maybe I should just like stick to my right thigh consistently. Yeah, I don't know. So that's mostly it. Yeah.